Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a brilliant weekend. A happy Thanksgiving to the Canucks that watch the stream. It is October 13th, 2024. It is a very wet day here in Terrace, British Columbia. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for doing so. It has been a relatively busy week for me this week. Work has been nutters, and I got distracted, but I'm going to show you what I got distracted with during my usual week stuff. There are a couple of things that we're going to talk about, and one of those is what Petri has been up to. And you'll have to forgive me if I get this wrong, but based on my understanding. So, originally, Berto had created a MAKELUA script, and that MAKELUA script had begun to populate a whole bunch of things. For example, breaking the Lua script down into sections and having units inside of it and things like that to help a scripter do the work that they need to do in order to develop a Lua script for every scenario. So Petri now has taken that and gone into a version 2. And version 2, hey John, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. It's nice to see your subscription there. That's awesome. So Petri has gone and turned this into a version 2. And with the version 2, he is improving the skeleton significantly, like night and day, essentially. There's multiple phases for this, and the first phase of that was to develop the SMEAC, so basically the mission explanation and stuff like that. So let me show you what a populated SMEAC is right now. So this will tell you what the situation is, what the mission is, how to execute it, other things, right? So this is really important. And this is all generated just based on the scenario description, which is fantastic. It's brilliant as a starting point, right? So basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to understand or just make a detailed scenario description. You won't have to go into this much information in the Lua file, which is awesome. That makes life so much simpler. Hey, Natkinway, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So this is important. This is the first round of this is pretty much done. And then the second part. Hey, Natkinway, thanks. That's awesome. You've been subscribed for 11 months. That's crazy. Wow. Let's see. The next part that he's working on are the missions. So every scenario has a mission type editor now. Or I think it was included before. I don't remember. Anyways. But now they're going to make sense. So when you decide to choose, for example, a reconnaissance or a mopping up or a delaying action, they're going to have a weighted value. And so you're doing that for each side. So one side could be doing a reconnaissance and a clearing, where the other side can be doing an ambush or something like that, or a static defense or whatever. Each of those things are going to have a value, and those values are going to a weight, basically, and those values are going to determine what kind of things that side is going to do. And if you looked at the SMEAC here, it tells you here. Let's see. It tells you what those missions are for your side and what their weight is. So all the various mission types are calculated to come up with a particular weight. So, and you'll see that in this case here, it changes. So the enemy action is going to be a medium engagement type action for the first 10 turns, a delaying action afterwards, and then a static defense for the last turns. So this is really cool in the sense that it opens up how the scripted AI is going to deal with various situations. So the good thing there is that, oh wait, that's not the right thing. This basically allows understanding what those things are going to do is going to help with the execution part. So what are the companies going to do during the scenario? And that's what he's preparing now. Obviously, that's going to be a massive task, but with that groundwork of, what is the SMEAC and what is the missions for the scenario, it'll be very helpful for developing the execution phases. So what is each particular company going to do behind the scenes, where you don't even have to script it? Now, that being said, the original code blocks for each company will still be available down below. So if you want to override them, you can do that. And that's probably something that I will do just because I like tinkering, and tinkering is fun. But this is huge, and this is really exciting. As the weeks go on, I will try and share some more of this as it is being displayed. But yeah, this is really exciting. So the next step is, I think it says, I'm going to just quote Petri. It says, the next step is to start fiving each of the unit type. Next step is to start fiving each unit type their orders based on the mission in hand and what is the situation in the map around said unit, which should be pretty interesting. Yeah, that should be very interesting. So basically what it's going to do is that every turn, it's going to do an order check. It's like, all right, what's going on here? Around me, or maybe even the whole area, like what's the overall situation? But at least around me, what is this company going to do? Are we being attacked? Are we defending? Are we going to attack? Are we doing a reconnaissance? What are we doing this turn? And then make decisions, usually a die roll tree, logical die roll tree based on what's going on, as well as some logic, like, are there enemies around me? Are there not? Did my LOS check pass? Am I in good supply? Lots of little variations of the questions that a human would ask when they're playing the game, right? In order to give the AI, the scripted AI, some intelligence, which will help the legacy AI perform its duties better. Because the legacy AI is okay for combat, but it's not very good for tactics. We're trying to fix that, and Petri's doing a phenomenal job. So one thing to note is that, now Petri made a comment about this, which is really interesting. So the initial AI file was 16,000 lines of code, and so far Petri has added 450 lines in order to get these things functional, which is great. And I'm sure that's just the drop in the bucket. There's going to be a lot more necessary. But yeah, exciting times. And what have I been doing? So I got distracted. I'll show you what the things that I've been working on. So one thing is that I have been assigning graphics and weapon values to these 6 nations here. Here we have Czechoslovakia, we have the Soviets, we have North Korea, we have Poland, we have Iraq, the new Iraq, and here we have Iran. So I've been going through and working on the tanks for all these nations. This is going to be a slow process. This is going to be slower than I anticipated. I'm also updating the weapon files so that they do make more sense based on the various tank variations. Some variations have don't impact the attack value, but some do, so I am updating that as well. That being said, I'm also updating the graphics for each of the things and slowly but surely adding graphics to each of these nations. That needs to be done. This will take a while. My goal again is still to have this all for you. I'll be working on this basically until, I would venture to guess, late November. That's probably when it's going to get done, because I have to do, don't forget, some nations like the Soviets here, they have a regular army version, plus they have a guard version, so that's basically double the units that I have to do. And the same for Iran, and the same for Iraq. They have Republican Guard, etc. So there's a lot that I need to do here. But this is going to be huge because, as I mentioned, the 3 Cold War nations will be pretty much good to go then to incorporate into a Cold War Alpha, which we already have. I've shown you that before. And then Iraq and Iran will be included in Middle East, which will be available for you with the update in January. And North Korea will be available for Vietnam, so you can build Korean War scenarios. Of course, Korea, though, just doesn't cover the war. My standard is to build a nation from 48 to 85, so that way it's done, it's ready, it's good to go. So that will be included. So then you can do hypothetical stuff too if you want. So that's really exciting. But the thing I got distracted with is I had been building, so in Nation 14, which is a pro-West, I think, generic country, which you find in Middle East, I've developed some mujahideen, which is kind of exciting. So they're going to be good to go for the far future for Afghanistan. The only thing I'll have to do, but I'm not going to do that now, I'll do that way in the future because obviously I have bigger things to do, is do the Afghan army, the National Afghan Army, for that particular engagement for when the Soviets went in. So you can expect eventually the Soviets to find its way into Middle East. So throwing that out there. Way down the line. But at least you'll have some mujahideen. They will be good to go. I found some proper names for their type of organizations, which is kind of exciting. And I basically got these variations of company types. There's a whole bunch of different company types just based on weapons and what they're armed with and things like that. And that will be impacted here by the values for each of these nations, or not nations, sorry, each of these platoons, just to make some variation within the fighting capabilities of the mujahideen. They will have typically high morale. They will be able to move fairly well in the terrain, logically so. And the only other interesting thing that I found there were company-sized mobile units based on motorcycles. So I've included a company of those. They didn't come around until 83-ish, from what I could find. Anyways, I used a book. I don't remember what it was called, on the other side of the mountain or something like that. That basically helped me determine what kind of structures that these would be typically found when they were conducting ambushes or raids or things like that. So this is super cool. Super cool. I'm very excited about this. That'll be included in the 1 or 2.4 update, so you can play with the mujahideen if you want. I think, yeah. So anyways, yeah, the other thing I'll have to add is probably in Country 28, I'll add the Afghan National Army so that in many engagements in the Soviet-Afghan War, they operated together, the 2 units, so there would be like an Afghan battalion plus a Russian battalion doing whatever they were doing. So that's kind of good. Hey, Ali, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well today. All right, we are going to go back into our game. We are playing Lam Son number 1. This is another set of scenarios that are developed by David Gulster, and they deal with the Lam Son 719 incursion into southern Laos. So let's take a look. If I remember. Lots going on, lots of exciting things. So that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, did I update this? I think I did. Yeah. So I updated this map, which I'll have to include in the later version. So we should get some better movement here now. I'm hoping. Anyways, let's try. Yeah, there we go. That was a fairly significant design flaw I think. Oh, where's it going? How the hell did that make sense? Oh, I see. There's a ford there, so it decided, no, we're going to go across the creek instead of over the ford. Now that makes me wonder. So the main reason I did that was, one, this area here would have been improved. Oh, I forgot to improve this road here too. This area would have been improved, and here's the border area, right? Here's the border. So this area would have been improved, especially if they planned on conducting an offensive operation. So it only makes sense that this road would have been improved to the point where you could actually drive on it. Maybe I need to do some more reading on this operation just to make sure that was actually the case. So if you have any questions or things like that in regards to the coming updates, you can ask them down below, or you can go to our Discord, which is also linked below if you're watching this later on YouTube. Again, a huge thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we did have a whack load of helicopters doing their thing. We're gonna... Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now, let's get these guys up and rocking. Oh, wow. Look at all this stuff. This is crazy. Oh, but I think we can start occupying these hills. Sorry, it feels like I'm getting sick. I think we checked this before and it was pretty clear. So let's drop down. Let's do a recon. Clear. Clear. Okay. Let's drop down. What do we got? Infantry. Unload. Get the heck off the ground. Unload. Get the heck off the ground. Gained 200 points. That's good. Gonna leave these recon helicopters out here just to make sure that we're secure up here. Our first combat assault. What else do we have? Oh. We will land there. I'm gonna go capture these hills. We have a smoke ship. Don't need that. We have some more reconnaissance. Let's go over here. And then let's stay over here so we can see if there's any NVA coming in our rear. We have a whack load of guns, ships. Perfect. Oh shit! So I dropped down, and that's what triggered. That's what triggered the bad guys. But let's go in. I'm going to split these up. These are, so 2L, 2 high, and this is 4 high. So let's see what the difference is between these. So 2L, 2 high, which means that they are firing at a 63 at 2 hexes. And these ones here are firing at an 85. So these ones here have more oomph. So they're larger rocket pods. But we need to be 2 hexes away. Let's go in with the little ones. Actually, wait. Do I have another reconnaissance helicopter? Damn. Look at all these guys. That's insane. I clearly parked these helicopters in the wrong spot because we got recoilless rifles. Oh, that sucked. That was epic. Frickin' gunships, I love them. Okay. These are reconnaissance. We see anti-aircraft. We have supply vehicles. Ooh, or a supply cache. We have fuel requirements for helos, but did we ever consider fuel requirements for, say, armor? Or is it assumed that the vehicles carry sufficient fuels for the duration of a scenario? Yeah, for most scenarios, they carry enough fuel for that. But, for example, in a week long, even though so you have to do reconnaissance, or not reconnaissance, you have to do supply missions in like a week in Bin Long or a week at Maycall. And the idea of those is to supply your ammo, but it also gives the impression where you're refueling fuel as well, even though we don't have a fuel thing here, which could be a future addition. I don't know if that would be a well-received addition, but typically for most operations, most tanks, for example, they can move, I think, between 200 and 300 kilometers on a tank of fuel, depending on the tank, but typically that would be about right. Now, I don't know if that would be combat or if that's anyways, doesn't matter. So even if we say it's 200 kilometers that they can get out of a tank, most scenarios end within that time, because a tank is going to drive probably, 2 kilometers per turn, 2 or 3 kilometers per turn, 3 maybe at the most on a paved road. So 3 times 20, which is the most that you're going to see, is 60. I don't think that's, half a tank, right? So if it's 40 turn scenario, if it's longer than 50 turns, then you might want to consider saying, oh, okay, hey, then we need to do something with the fuel here. But most scenarios are under 40 turns that are included, and those that aren't, they usually have some sort of supply element to them, whether it's a cache or moving a truck or keeping your trucks together to get you extra points. So that is a good thing. But that being said, having an additional, attribute here to follow would be kind of cool. But then, you could do, oh yeah, that's one thing that has been changed with the MAKELUA script number 2, is that, so in all my scenarios, I have an ammo tracker, basically, for artillery and ammo, and that if you fire, that starts reducing. But now Petri has developed a code where it will be more randomized, whereas before I think it was 2 and 2 or 2 and 3 or something like that every turn. So that's something to look forward to. I look forward to utilizing that, which I might include in the 2 point or 1.4 for Vietnam scripting. But yeah, that might be a neat little addition. Oh, this value here, that's something else that can be changed. You can change how many turns just utilizing a Lua command. For example, in the search scenario, you can change that, or Petri had changed that from traditionally it's 9, you get 9 hexes, but as the decades go on, your helicopters get more efficient, they are much better. So in Petri's scenario, he changed it to 12 or 14 for helicopter being in the air, just due to efficiency in the late 80s, right? Or mid 80s, that helicopters were able to improve their engines and whatnot, so they could stay in the air longer, which is kind of cool. So here, I don't see anything. We're doing some recon. Nothing. Let's bring this guy over here. Drop down. Closer we are to the ground, the more likely we are we're going to spot something. But again, if we get too close to the ground, we're more likely to get shot down. M48. But what kind of mileage do they get with that there, John? Let's do some more reconnaissance. Nothing. Nothing. So this is clear. We just have to get there. Oh, shit. We're flying super high, so our likelihood of getting shot down is lower, but not 0. Jeez. Okay, so let's drop down. Unload. Can I take off? I can! Yay! Unload. Take off. I can only go up 1 level, though. So that's risky for my helicopters. Because they're flying nap of the earth now, and I can't go higher. And I can't even move, because the minimum cost now is 3, and I only have 2. So they're stuck right there. Is that a good thing? No. Ah, I can't move. So, notice the slopes. We added the new slopes in there. 113 kilometers with just tanks. And so basically they're good for, yeah, so about 40 turns then, roughly. But with the external tanks, that increases their range fairly significantly. Almost doubles it. That's pretty awesome. Let's drop down, do a recon. So it's all down there. Tanks are gas hogs for sure, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, depending on the terrain and all that fun stuff, they would definitely burn more fuel, right? Let's see. I'm going to push my luck and see if we can grab this hill. Just maybe with 1. Do we have a... So our company command is at the bottom. Let's not send that down. Ah! What? My recon team didn't see them. Run away! Darn. Okay. We do have gunships, though. Let's bring them over here. Ah, I ran out of action points. Oh, we reduced it by 1. I love these helicopter operations. It's so much fun. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's bring these guys. No, let's bring these guys over here. .3 long tons for each tank. Yeah, they're huge and heavy. Trying to make decisions of where I'm going to go. Oh, let's just bring the helicopters up here. We know this is a safe area, so that's okay. This area is not safe. We see that this is occupied. I was not expecting that. Our other reconnaissance, let's send him up here. See what's up there. I'm going to drop down one. Too low. Do a quick scan. Nothing popped up, so that's good. Oh, yeah, we're being attacked here. I forgot about that. Self-contained fortress on tracks. Yes, that is true. So on the bright side, we have a whackload of gunships coming in to help out. That was good timing on our part. Our Rangers are coming back. Run away! And our reconnaissance team, let's get them up. So since we're being attacked from this side, let's transfer our troops. But I'm going to take my gunships here. Drop them down. Come over here. Send some happiness. Were they effective? Reduced it by 2 with 1 shot. Try again. Reduced it by another. Reduced it by another. Oh, that got decimated. So I'm going to leave these helicopters out here. But we're going to send... Oh, we do have more gunships. Let's let them get practiced. Ah, we're too close. Let's go there. Oh, we didn't do any reduction there. That's not good. Did South Vietnamese generally get better as the war progressed due to better training provided by the U.S.? It totally depended on the troops based on my reading. Some units were very good, like the Airborne and Marines. Other units were not great. Like even the Rangers, some Ranger units were phenomenal. Other Ranger units were really not that phenomenal. So it totally depends on the unit itself, which is interesting because you wouldn't expect that. Yeah, we planned on going over here. Oh, wait a second. Holy crap. Let's drop down. Let's do a quick scan. Oh, shit. Let's drop down. Do a quick scan. Holy. it's interesting to see. Wow, so much stuff. Actually, we should send our reconnaissance back here. Let's drop these guys down. Nope. Now we're in the jungle here, so we're not... Yeah, it took 2 times just to spot 1 unit here, so... Obviously, this is way better terrain to hide in, so it's going to be far more difficult to... We have a gunship! Oh, let's check this out. How's this going to work? So we can get up close and personal. Let's do that. Really need to fix that. So we're going to drop down to low. That's awesome. AC 130. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, we do have another loach here. Let's bring that over just to keep an eye on our flanks. So, one benefit is that with the scripting that that Petri is developing, there won't be such a delay in releasing all these scenarios that we have in the background for you guys, which is exciting because we have a whole bunch of scenarios. Like, I bet you there's another 50 Vietnam scenarios that are waiting to be scripted. So this is really exciting that he can do that, right? I'm super stoked about that. Oh, found some mortars. Good to know. Okay, let's send our helicopters back. The reconnaissance we're going to leave down there. Our helicopters are going to move up north. Secure all these points. There's more points up there. Crap. There was reconnaissance. Let's bring these up here. So I'm going to drop down to low, which is not great, but I want to see what's... Wow, just like that, bada boom. Do another recon... Okay, so we spotted another recon asset down there. One thing that I look forward to making is the... which I haven't done yet, but there's a bunch of scenarios that deal with the 73, 74, 75 fighting, which are quite fascinating. There's one particular battle in the north that has a marine attack, Vietnamese marine attack against a base, which is fantastic. So that's one thing that I would like to do, and it occupies a whole bunch of different stuff, right? So by this time, the Americans are pulled out of the war. And, yeah, it's so much interesting little fighting. And plus there was a huge tank battle, well, huge, quote-unquote, tank battle between the ARVN forces and the Vietnamese near the Iron Triangle. That's going to be something that I also make a battle of. Plus the whole Battle of Saigon, the final battle. I don't know how fun that will be, but I think it'll be an interesting challenge for a player to try that. I don't know. We'll see. So many plans. I just need more time in a day. Okay, so that's done. Let's take a look at our map. Oh, we still have this to do. Oh, look, we found supplies. Right, we should probably keep our troops together. Oh, they ran away. Look at all these trucks and stuff. That's crazy. Recon, more trucks. Recon. Oh, lots of anti-aircraft. I think all these Hueys can... There's supply cache there. We can land the Hueys here. Unload. Do I have a headquarters? Saigon battle could be really interesting if the South Vietnamese get event points based on what they evacuate from the city and save from destruction. The problem is the city was surrounded. Although, yeah, so you could use like helicopters to go off map. So come on, like a Chinook would come on, and you would have to, yeah, so you'd be like a traffic control. It'd be a fighting battle, but you'd also have that huge traffic control element with a stream of helicopters coming in from the carriers and stuff to pick up, you know, troops or civilians or, you know, base agents or headquarters or things like that. That's a brilliant idea, John. I didn't even think of that. That's a brilliant idea. So then you could have, you know, a couple platoons of Chinooks coming on that you have to decide, what am I going to pull out this turn or in the coming turns, and how am I going to organize my withdrawal units? What's more important, this regimental headquarters or this group of civilians? Who knows, right? I mean, that's kind of cool. That's a really good idea, John. It's a really good idea. I like where you went with that. I know I have a headquarters here somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Ah, there it is. Ah, no, I actually wanted to leave those there. See, I'm not very smart sometimes. That's a good idea. Now that's exciting. That gave me a lot of ideas. Okay, so this is going to be a target. We're going to be pushing over here, but first we need to deal with these things. So let's do that. We reduced it. We're just not killing it. The possibilities with this game system are endless. They truly are. Absolutely. Especially once you start formulating plans with events and what you can do with the event engine. Yeah, like you said, the possibilities are endless. It's limited, literally, to your imagination. Well, we're going to go down and pick the easy points, because why not? And I can drop down to do that. The reconnaissance, we can just leave them over here. Let's move them a little closer. Do a recon. Ooh, didn't show up. Let's try again. There it is. What about this guy? A recon. Ooh, we saw a big stack. A recon. Let's send this guy back. Do a recon. Recon. So we see that there's bad guys in the back. I love having all this reconnaissance. It's amazing. Let's do another recon. Oh, I spotted another one there. So there are areas where there are a lot of anti-aircraft. But I think we're doing okay. Let's use our batteries. Curious to see if they're going to move, because I'm looking here. I'm looking at this here and seeing there's no way for them to cross. So I'm curious to see if they're going to go up to here and then try and cross. To see what the pathfinding is like. Let's drop down. Oh shoot, there's an SA-7 or something back there. Do it again. We can drop these guys down. We can drop these guys down. Let's drop them down. Let's drop them down. We can drop them down. So we're going to just drop all the helicopters down to low, which will make doing a combat assault less expensive, because it's 20 points to drop from high to low, right? Which burns a lot, especially when you have to spend quite a bit to unload. Let's check our artillery. What do we got? Don't really need that. Okay, now let's hit that. Okay, oh, that's too far away. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Let's go. Let's see if we can impress Stipe with how many helicopters we lose. Yay for no effect. Holy crap, what the heck? There's a lot of guns. Oh, that's a bigger one. That's riskier. No effect, though. So many eyes in the sky, we can just see everything. It's awesome. Oh yeah, so they are doing that. Well, that's good. I was worried. Yeah, they might be, or 23mm, one of the two. Either way, they'll rip through the helicopters at close range. Ah, that's interesting. We spotted something moving in there, so we got direct fired at it. Just couldn't identify it. Direct fire with 105s. Nice. Zoom in, check it out. Lots of movement, eh? I'm still liking these graphics. They look really nice. It's interesting. If you really look at the details, you can see the individual trees. "35 airstrikes remaining." Oh, wow, we have a lot of airstrikes. 35 airstrikes remaining. We have 7 headquarters unable to provide supply, 1 artillery unit unavailable, 1 unit low on ammo, and 4 helicopters are low on fuel at 114119. No joy. No hits that I see. That was a better hit. Yay, double unknown effect. Oh, double. Another one. Yeah, that got reduced, which is perfect. Machine gun got reduced. So there was something there. We just lost line of sight to it. And now that we lost line of sight, we can't. It's deep. Yeah. So now it's drifting. Something else we can adjust in the AI value is how far this will drift as indirect fire. That was a good hit. Oh, no, just a retreat. Capabilities improved. You can adjust that so that it can improve. And I think I did that on my master AI file. I just haven't tweaked it within the scenarios yet. So that's another thing to add to the list of things to do. Alright, let's start in the south. I think all these helicopters are... Oh yeah, so what was that? There's a hotkey where we can figure out where our helicopters were. Aha! It is Alt-X. And we can jump directly to a particular hex. Oops. 119. I think it was 114, 119. So let's go there. Yes. And as you can see, we do have some helicopters that are low on fuel, but I do have a headquarters here. So I can just bring them all here, drop them down, and we can Oh, I can't. I can land now, and then we'll be refueled, which is good. I think I have to get this activated again, but I'm not sure. Okay, we are advancing to this hill. I totally misclicked. Shit. Ugh. Smart like stick sometimes. Ah, come on. Can I cross? So there's a crossing there, there's a crossing here. So we're going to send this company down here. This company over here. Or two companies, I guess. Wow, we have beautiful mortars. But I can't unload there. Yet. So interesting. Here I can't shoot down past this because I'm too low to the ground, but I should be able to do it from here because we're higher. There we go. Collecting some points. Now, can I shoot over the elevation? No, I can't because again, I'm flying way too low. Oh. I almost feel bad for taking these points. Almost. Just leave the reconnaissance helicopters out there doing their thing. So that's all we can do in the south. Oh, we have our A cavalry now. Yay! It's nice to be able to move. Oh yeah, way better. Just doing a few clicks for each vehicle just to make sure that the pathing goes where I want it to, because sometimes it doesn't understand. Sanity first. huge thank you to those tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. I know it's a day to relax and all that fun stuff. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Quite done. Now these dozers are going super slow. I can load them with trucks, but all my trucks have stuff in them already, unfortunately. What do we have? Gunships. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, they ran away. Darn it. We're going to bring our gunships closer over here so we can start getting ready to ambush all this infantry. An air ambush. How cool is that? I think we can land here. Yes. I'm gonna reload. Fly him over here. We'll do the same. We did some damage. Reduced it by 1. No joy. Okay, I'm gonna pull the gunships back just a little bit. Could set up an operating base here, but do I really need it? I don't know. I think we should just keep pushing. Why not? Clear this whole road. Alright, let's go hunting. Reduced it probably. Yeah, reduced it by 1. Nope, missed. Now I think that fired. Oh, score! Got it. Sure. Oh. You know what? Let's go take out that anti-aircraft gun if we can. Oh, we reduced it. Nice. That is good. Let's unload. So now I can refuel here as well, which is awesome. Let's keep our company together. We'll try and take that hill at the same time. Do I need... Let's move these guys back here. here we have gunships. Well, we reduced it, but not enough to do any damage, unfortunately. So that's a hot landing zone. I can't take that yet. Oh, this one's not, though. Let's fly over here. Let's try. Oh, we got lucky. So we've got boots on the ground. We took another point. This is good. Got a company on this hill now. This is also good. I think we're gonna pick these guys up again. We don't really need to keep them there. Get these helicopters off the ground. Don't die! Oh, good. Drop down. Load. There we go. So we've got a whole bunch of troops on the ground here, which is good. These guys can come over here. There we go. So we have this full company here, I think. Oh, no. That's not the right ones. Son of a... Ah, well. They had heavy weapons, at least. Huh, we got lucky here. Let's unload. Kinda thinking we should send these guys south here. Do some reconnaissance. Nothing. Nothing. We're gonna work our way this way. Here we're keeping eyes in the sky. here, let's do some damage. Machine guns first because they're the ones that can do the most. Nice. Okay, and here we're getting attacked. Reduced. Eliminated. Let's bring our AC 130. Fire a couple times, fly away. Let's move these guys into the woods. Secure the flank. Now I know there was some stuff around here somewhere, I just don't know where it went. I can't see it. I ran away into the woods, we lost line of sight. Again, ran away into the woods and we lost line of sight. Dropping down, providing some support. Get the helicopters out of dodge. Some reconnaissance. Some reconnaissance. Found more mortars. Nice. Alright, down here. Let's check it out. Why can't I fly? Interesting. So I think I made a mistake in the sense that I shouldn't have landed there with the mortars first because I can't move these mortars, which is kind of annoying. Which means I have to drop in one at a time. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Obviously, we see bad guys over there. Not many, though. So I don't know if you noticed, but I'm basically going from hilltop to hilltop to do my reconnaissance, because that's going to be where I'm going to get the most visibility. Of course, the further away something is, the harder it's going to be to spot, and the denser the terrain that it's in, that's going to be harder to spot. But at least it gives me some, some basic intelligence. Like all this stuff out here is kind of out in the open. It's in scrub terrain. We can easily see that. So, but it is for me, so far I've found that it's a good technique to go from hilltop to hilltop, just to do a quick reconnaissance, see what's there, hopefully not get slaughtered. I'll get shot by missiles. So there's nothing that I saw that's close to this hill, so that's good to know. Oh, there's a freaking point right there. I didn't even see that. I'm gonna leave this here just so we can make sure. Oh, there they are. Supplies and a battery, artillery. Sneaky buggers. Oh yeah, there we found some more artillery, found some more infantry, we found a headquarters. Where's the hilltop here? Let's go over here. Nope. The smoke ship. You know what, let's just send the smoke ship back to Son. Oh, I have a bird dog back here. Oh, that's cool. Do I have more infantry that I can use? Nope, but it looks like there's a whole bunch of... So, historically, actually, you know what? I would even have these guys here as fixed, because the Americans, they weren't allowed into... Like, there wasn't combat troops allowed into Cambodia or Laos, but I could move some of the... do I want to do that? I don't know. I was going to say I could move some... Oh, there's more guys back here. They're protecting a base, though, so let's not mess with those things. What I was thinking is I could take some of these American, like a company or two, and go and defend the artillery, and then have all this parachute troops available for combat. But it doesn't look like there's a lot here anyways. Looks like there's only a company and a half or 2 companies that's available. Okay. Ed and I are playing West Front, The Charge of the Panzermayer. I'm the British, he's the Germans. It's set in Normandy, 1944. We're both surprised by its playing. It's just one surprise after another for us. The scenario was designed by Stéphane Moutin. Excellent scenario. Oh, cool. What size is it? How big is it? I have a few scenarios on the go too. I have, which, if you're listening, I will be getting to them probably tonight or tomorrow. Sorry for the tardiness. I just haven't had time to do that. I've been heavily distracted, so sorry about that. My games are one with Bill, Vietnam, one with Kevin, also a Vietnam. My Objective Kharkov with Tim, which he's totally slaughtering me, which is kind of funny. My Black Guards, I don't remember what the hell that thing is called, but you know what I'm talking about, against Troy. which is turning out to be a bloody fight, but a hell of a lot of fun. And is that it? Are those my games that I have right now? Oh, and obviously the, I think we're on turn 36 still of Hell's Highway. Those turns are taking me 2 hours to get through now, which is insane, so that's why the pace is slowed down. So sorry about that, Michael, if you're paying attention. I will get to it as soon as I can. Probably a size 6, eh? Well, that's not too bad of a size there, John. Do you have lots of fun toys, at least? I think that's all we can really do here. Alright. Good enough. Let's see what happens. Oh, we lost the helicopter. Fire truck. Look at that, we're right on top of anti-aircraft guns. That's not good. Lost 2. Shit. Ah, we lost 4 helicopters. Oh, that's brutal. Oh yes, I have Sherman's. He has Mark IVs. A lot of troops, except some recon, start fixed at the beginning. And Ed said the same. Slowly each turn they're getting released. Ah, cool. It'll be really handy in the future when you have reconnaissance assets that actually do reconnaissance. That'll be fun. That'll change the whole dynamic of the game. The recon change in CSME was awesome. Oh yeah, I freaking love that. Oh, we lost a gunship. Fire truck. Oh, and we lost. Stipe would be really happy today. The heavier guns are hitting us and doing damage. Oh, we lost another one. Frickin' really? Uh-oh. That's too close. I know, right? I am lucky Stipe's not here. I'd be getting those dibs in. Yeah, that's not good. Happy thoughts. We spotted them at least. Yeah, sometimes. Depending on his day, of course. I'm thinking as the North Vietnamese player in a scenario like this, how do you deal with all the helicopters? It's crazy. Looks like our artillery is going to miss. Man, there's a lot of NVA back here. Holy. Lost a loach. Gosh darn it. "35 airstrikes remaining. We have 1 out of 3 units that have recovered morale. We have 6 headquarters, unable to provide supply, 1 artillery unit unavailable, 1 unit low on ammo, and we have a whole whack load of stuff that needs to land." That was good. That got reduced by 2. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts for a good hit here. Let's see. Nope. Okay, first things first. Let's move our armor assets because tanks are fun. Get our light tanks up. thoughts. Not that. Don't want to move that. Let's turn off the labels if they're on. Oh, no, they're not. Ah, I misclicked. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn golly gee. Okay, so we do have a bunch of helicopters that need to land. I just have to find them. These ones are all okay. That would be an idea for a button. A button that's you can press and it says, hey, it highlights the actually, do I have that? Let me see. I don't even know if I have that. I don't think I do. But it would be nice to see very quickly which helicopters are low on fuel. That should be something we add. I think that's a good idea. What do you think, John? Yeah, I think that would be good. Just like one of these highlight buttons. We can just do that. Now, I had a whole bunch of helicopters that need to land, but I don't see them. Oh, he can land. Oh, all these here in the south. They all need to land. This is terrible. I think I landed like 100 helicopters here. That's crazy. So this might be something that we have to look into, because I don't think that's going to be right. Call me crazy. Did it land? Yes. So basically I just landed everything there. So that might be something that we also... I'm going to write some of this stuff down because that's abusing it. We just don't have a lot of... We don't have a lot of scenarios where we've had this many helicopters before. So... I think we should put a limit. Limit number of helicopters that can land. I'll just put a note that says out in the field. Out in the field. Because if it's an airfield, then that might be different. I think it would be more logical to have more helicopters landing on an airfield. But if it's like what we did here, a landing zone in the middle of nowhere, I think having an entire fleet of helicopters being refueled by a battalion headquarters is retarded. Sorry, is inappropriate. So I think we should fix that. And what was the other thing I mentioned? Oh yeah, a highlight button. Highlight button for low fuel choppers. I don't know. Good ideas? I think that'd be a really smart idea. Move some choppers over there to pick up some infantry if we need it. I don't think we're going to need it for this scenario. At this point anyways. Got a machine gun. That makes me happy. I feel bad for these NVA troops. They're just going into a cauldron of gunships. Look at this. I feel bad. That terrain is thicket, so it's hard for me to tell what's in them. So we can tell there's a hilltop here. Let's do some reconnaissance. Some machine guns and stuff being displayed. Just a battalion in transit. Pull these back. Ooh, eliminated the machine gun. That makes me happy. That's reduced in half. Let's land all these things out in the field. They're still okay, they're still okay. Oh yeah, I lost one of my choppers there because that sucked. Oh man, look at all this up here. That's a lot. Alright, let's go in. We reduced it by 2. Oh, that's good. We had a good firefight on our side, which is nice. Ah, we pushed them off. Perfect. Can't tell. Ah, smoke ship. Everyone and their dog. Anytime helos can knock out a machine anytime helos can knock out a machine gun is a good thing. Heck yeah. Yes, it is. go anti-aircraft hunting because they're terrible. That was a good hit. Can I cross? No, I have to go up there. Oh, yes. Let's go hunting for this blasted thing. Oh, that was interesting. It retreated, then fired. Huh. Never seen that before. Ah, we got him. Nice. Might have to bring reinforcements up here because there's a whole bunch of bad guys back there. Anti-aircraft everywhere. Oh, and there's no place to cross here except for way over here. So, that being said, I'm going to refuel these helicopters and probably pick up that company again and bring it down to maybe here, for example. Just to... Do I need to keep that? I don't think I do. But let's send this helicopter up here, do some recon, make sure there's nothing coming up behind us. That's what I'm wondering, is like, that's a good question. So John said, interesting, if the AI retreated then fired, can we teach it to shoot and then scoot? I'm curious. I'm really curious because I don't recall ever seeing that before, where it retreated then fired. I'm really kind of curious. That's super interesting. Makes me happy. Taking out trucks. This is all done. These guys are just hanging out. That's all done. Now the south. We landed everything, but we can still do some stuff. So let's advance. Get a whole bunch of points. And secure this crossing. So there's a crossing there, but it's a ford. I think another thing that we have to do is check the calc. In World War II combat, shoot and scoot is an essential tactic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, even modern combat, it's an essential tactic. You're totally right. I really think that the calculations for crossing fords is wrong. Calculations. For fords. Because there's no way crossing a ford should cost 65 points. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Options. Let's highlight one of these units. I'm curious. Ford 50. So it should only cost you 50 points, but it's costing us 65 points. So something is wrong in the calculations. I think what's happening is that the stream and the Ford are being calculated together, making it a double whammy. So I think that's incorrect. I really, really think that it's wrong. Because we just crossed, and it should have been 50 points, and it was 65. That's wrong. There's something wrong with that calculation. Something is, yeah, and I've noticed that before, but Berto didn't want to listen. So hopefully Petri will be a little more open-minded. So what are we at? We are at 154, so I'm going to have to remind for Petri to take a look at that minute, just so we can have a conversation about it, because I don't think that's right. I really don't. On the bright side, so the largest risk that by doing this, by landing all these helicopters on that hex, is that any competent player would have noticed, hopefully, where the landing zone was, and would be bombarding the heck out of that with artillery. So, that being said, I know the AI won't do that, so I'm totally taking advantage of this, at least for now, because the AI isn't scripted. But a human player would say, no, you can't be landing. You can't probably land your helicopters there at all, because I'm going to just throw at least one mortar to hit that hex every single turn. Let's check our status here. Our sit rep. How are we doing? Well, we have a draw now, so we're gaining some points, which is great. Side A, we have taken a lot of losses, but not as many as Side B. We did capture quite a lot of objective points, which is great. There are no event points yet because it's not scripted. We have, let's take a look at our losses. Oh, that's sad. Our Cobras, we've lost 10 victory points worth. Our 2 strength points, we've lost probably 2. So we've lost 1, 2, and 1. Where are our loaches? Here's the Kiowa. We've lost probably 4. And yeah, so yeah, we've lost 4 and we lost 1 loach. The main difference between the loach and the Kiowa is that the Kiowa doesn't have as high of a defensive value, I think, which makes a huge difference in the field for combat. And we did lose a helicopter here, so let's pull this guy back. Yeah, the Kiowa that has a defense of 11, whereas I think the loaches have a defense of 12. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it does make a difference. Definitely makes a difference. So we did a lot of bombarding on that. Let's try our luck and see if we can assault this. No joy. So there's a recoilless rifle or something in there. I think we're going to pull back our helicopters a little bit out of the way. Bring our AC-130 over. Back. These we can leave out there. These we can leave there. Oh, we got it. Nice. Alright, I think that's all that we can do for this turn. Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna end it off here too, because it's that time. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a brilliant Thanksgiving. If you're Canadian, it is that time of the year. If not, hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you do like this type of content and you're watching this on YouTube, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. It really does help. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. If you have questions or comments, you can ask them down below. I do answer all the comments and questions regardless of how old the video is, so feel free to ask them. Or if you want to join our Discord, I am there pretty much all the time, so feel free to join that, and I'm happy to answer any questions or have a discussion or whatever. Thank you so much for those that tuned in today. Thank you, John. Thank you, Natkinway. Thank you, Bill. Hope you're all well. Hope you have a great week. And on that note, take care, smile always, and talk to you soon.